Here at the boxing shop with young sensation Kendall Byrnes. Kendall's got a big future ahead. She's 18 years old. Tell us a bit about yourself, Kendall.
Yeah, 18 years old. I've done a fair bit with boxing in my previous years. I've had a break up until now for a little bit, so it's good to be getting back. But yeah, I've gotten the opportunities to travel overseas with it so far. I've won an Aussie title, state titles, you name it. So it's good to see what we can basically build on from here with the sport. So there's still a lot to come.
Cool. I just see you did a good training session this morning with
Sure did.
your coach Shara.
Yep.
So no work today, or?
I do have work. I have a work in a couple of hours from now, but I've done 2 sessions today. So I did my strength and con this morning at QAS and just did a bit of pads this morning before work. But yeah, just prepping for what's next really.
Cool. So speaking of what's next, what is next?
Well, in a couple of weeks I'm weighing it at the Super 8 series in Queensland, and I'll be fighting at 60 for the Scorpions. So that should be interesting. Should get a couple fights there and see how we go really. So yeah.
Cool. Is 60 kilos your general fighting weight?
Yep. So I fought youth. When I first started, I did fight at 57 for a little bit. But as I grew, obviously, starting out at such a young age, you're bound to grow. So I did. I started boxing at 60. I've had a few fights at 64 overseas. So 60 is mainly what I feel comfortable at and what I feel like I perform best at. So yeah, I like 60.
Okay, so you said you had a bit of a break, but fully back into it now.
Yep.
Like big goals ahead, or
yeah,
what's the big thing for the year?
Yeah, well, this year, basically, like I feel like I did need that little step away, being so consumed in it for a long time, and it definitely did me better. And now I can see that. Didn't take too long off, but yeah, straight back into it now for next big things, trials for Worlds. So I'm going to be weighing in and basically just getting as many fights under the belt as I can from now until trials, and then try to get to World Championships later this year.
Yeah, that's cool. So do you have a big goal with boxing? Like, I don't know, Olympics, Commonwealth Games? Is there a big goal, or is it professional? Or?
Well, I guess every amateur boxer right now is going to say the Olympics, and it definitely is probably the big goal. It's the one to look forward to. I guess that's probably the peak of your amateur career, being able to medal at the Olympics, if not gold. But so definitely, medal at the Olympics is definitely up there with one of my major goals. I haven't thought about professional career or anything like that yet. Pretty focused on amateur at the moment and seeing how far I can go with that.
Yeah, okay. So, but then again, nowadays, being an amateur boxer is a full-time job, and obviously holding down a full-time job, it's always tough too.
Yeah, so at the moment I do work at, I work for an x-ray company full-time, so fitting your training in around full-time work is really difficult, but I guess that's when you gotta, this is where you gotta be the strongest, and this is what pushes you the most. The daily getting up, scheduling your sessions, going to work for 8 hours a day, more sessions after work. So this is the hardest part. Fighting, to me, that's the easier part of it. But it's just if I can get myself through all of this and training and shuffling around training and work, like I think I'm pretty set. So this is probably the main battle with the sport, and being able to succeed in the sport, and get enough training time in between work and stuff. So
excellent. So in your fight in a couple of weeks' time, is a group of fights over the weekend? Is that right?
It is a few fights over the 3 days. So I'm not exactly sure how many I'll have just yet. I'm presuming about 3, maybe 4. I'm not sure, but it is a few fights, so it's consecutive over a couple of days, which is always good. Love getting the chance to be able to do those, couple of day tournaments and get that, because that's what really they're the harder ones to do rather than just the 1 day fights. Being able to show yourself you can make weight every day, you can fight every day, and I like the tournament style of competitions. So this will be a good one to get the ball rolling really for the second half of this year.
And I suppose that's a big thing that we miss in Australia, or sort of we lack that major competition, or that constant competition where look, you go to Europe or Asia, those guys can be competing in tournaments, 3 and 4 day tournaments regularly, where we've got to do what we can just to, get that top class competition. I think it's a big thing, big step in the right direction.
I mean, you don't really get that many girls, in your own state, I guess. You don't really get that variety of people and styles of boxers. I'm sure that a lot of elite girls now, this is my first year in elite, so, I'm yet to experience it, but I know that, even in the youth ranks, you find yourself fighting the same girls multiple times, just to get that fight experience. So I guess that's where it does come from. There's just not enough boxers in each division, and it's just not as popular as I'd say, the European countries and things like that. So that's probably where we do lack. But we do have to travel to get that sort of competition. So this is a real good opportunity to take while it's here. So
yeah, that's good. So good luck with the future. But on a more serious note, I saw on Snapchat the other day that you had a flat tire when you left training. Oh, what happened there? And I noticed that you didn't have your tools in the car to fix it.
Well, I wouldn't have had the flat tire in the first place if all the coaches here at the boxing shop didn't sit around the car park drinking grog and beer and shit after training. But that's why I had the flat tire. Bottle went straight up into my tire.
Yeah, but, that's right. I saw you had Lottie Takiri and Justin Hodges was just sat watching, actually provided the tools and supervised.
I don't think Gareth wasn't really strong enough to lift that tyre by himself, so he had to get Lottie Takiri in there to do it for him.
I think that's a lie.
Nah, but they got the job done and was on my way in no time, so it was all good.
All right, thanks for your time, Kendall.
No worries.
Good luck
in
the future.
Thank you.